Welcome back to the guide series. This is episode 6 and today we'll be talking about defense. First off with guarding, and that is just the right trigger. If you don't know what that is, just look at the little controller on the bottom right corner. So the guard has health. So as you saw, it's going from green or blue to yellow to red. After red is guard break, so that's when your guard breaks and it looks like this. You cannot move or sub or do anything. Your guard can regenerate when you let go. Every time you unguard, you can regenerate your guard. It doesn't show, but it will. If the enemy keeps attacking you, you can walk, guard, walk, guard, walk, guard. This will keep your guard alive as long as you keep walking. You can also jump guard, which you guard in the air. This can be used to bait chocolate dashes. As you saw, he went into the air. If you didn't watch the movement video, I'll explain it slightly. When you chocolate dash in the air or air dash, you can't actually cancel it, unlike that. So you will have to finish the animation. Now during the animation you're actually really vulnerable. So if you bait your opponent's chocolate dash into the air, they can't cancel it and you can counter attack them. However, a jump guard does break faster than a normal guard. It doesn't look like I'm guarding right now in the air, but I am. As you saw, I got hit. When you're guarding, if you press the shuriken button, which is square or X on Xbox, you can enter your counter state, like that. Now, during that state, if the enemy makes contact with you with an attack, chocolate dash or air dash or any type of dash, they will be countered, like this. Now this does cut a bit of your chakra off, but it will regenerate over time. This doesn't work against jutsus or ultimates. As you saw, I still got hit by the ult. Use the counter when the enemy chocolate dashes you or attacks you without you expecting it. You can do it very quickly. You can even do this during combos. See how fast I did it. So it's just guard and shuriken. This doesn't work in the air. You'll just throw a shuriken. So make sure when you're trying to counter, you're on the ground. Your timing with the counter has to be pretty precise, because if you do it earlier than they attack, they can still attack you. Now that was timed right. Make sure you're timing it to when they make contact with you instead of when they start. Countering doesn't work against grabs. Next, we have escaping guard pressure. If there is any breaks within the guard pressure, make sure to counter and push them away and give yourself some time to recover. But most likely your opponent will know how to do a guard pressure, a continuous one, so you don't have any time to counter or move away. But if you do see a gap in the combo, react quickly and do something. You can also ninja move out. You only have to hold your direction button while holding your guard, and it will move out when there is a chance. The next one is a little bit risky, but when they attack and they finish their combo, you can go for a grab. As you probably know, when you're doing the grab, during the startup, you are vulnerable, so you can get attacked during that. So just be careful. If your character's grab is pretty slow, I suggest don't do this. The last one is tilt. So once they finish doing their combo, you can go for a tilt. Moving on to subs. This is when you sub yourself. So if the enemy is attacking you and you sub, you can sub and then block and then jump. This prevents the enemy from dashing back at you if they have quick reactions. If they do decide to dash at you while you're in the air, they will hit your guard and fall down. That's your chance to counter attack. So once again, after you sub, you want to block and then jump. If you jump and then block, you have a chance of not getting it. So block and then jump. So once again, sub, block, jump. To take this one step further, you can block, jump, chocolate dash. So it'll look like this. So the motion, if you look at the small controller at the bottom right, it'll be sub, jump, block, chocolate dash. I'll try and show this in 2-player. It'll be like that. If you do this quick enough, you can catch them off guard without them even reacting. So those are your two options. Now, if you have a character that has a very long grab, like Pain, you can do a grab after you sub. It will look something like this. See, I was able to reach him. Now, if I was doing this with Sasuke, I couldn't reach. So make sure you know your character and you're doing this with a long grab. You can also do a tilt after you sub. Just like that. Once again. Make sure you can do your tilt pretty quickly so that your enemy don't have time to react. I'll show you with the other two characters as well. This works very well, especially with people with good tilt. For example, Pain or Itachi when he goes invincible. And after that you can do a combo. And then Sasuke has quite a long tilt. Next, I'm going to show you some of the simpler things to do when you sub. Chakra dashing, jutsu, back dashing. This is a very safe way to do it. And lastly, using your items. So those are all the things you can do after you sub. Now, moving on to what you can do when the enemy subs. I talked about some of these in my last guide video. So if you want to see them more in depth, go watch the last episode. Chakra dashing. Switching. Jump, cancel, block. Counter. And then you can try to do any other move and cancels into a block. So those are the ways to be defensive. Let's do a little recap. Guarding. Guard health regens after you drop it. Jump guarding. Guarding in the air gives you a weaker guard, meaning easier to break. Countering. Escaping guard pressure using tilt. Escaping guard pressure using grab. Escaping guard pressure by ninja moving. Things you can do after you sub. Block jump. Block jump dash. Grab if you have a long grab. Tilt. Chakra dash. Jutsu. Back dash. Using your items. Things to do when enemy subs. Chakra dash. Switching. Jump, cancel, block. Counter. So that is it on how to defend efficiently. If you didn't understand any of the terms or tech of this video, go back and watch the previous episodes. I would have explained it in one of those videos. And if you didn't understand any inputs, go back and watch the little controller on the bottom right corner. So once again, that is it for the defense part of this video. Moving on to how to use your items. Item sets. I've talked about item sets in the first episode of this guide series, but today I'll be talking about how you can use them and what they do. So first off, every item set has a guard break pill. You can activate this by pressing the up on your D-pad. This will break the enemy's guard instantly. If you get guard broken, you can't sub or move, you can't do anything. So try to get guard broken as least as possible. Once again, if you look at the inputs on the controller, try to do everything, but I can't. Now moving on to paper bombs and bomb balls. These both create explosion on contact with the enemy, like that. They both cause strike back. And the only difference between these two is pepper bombs explode instantly in water, but bomb balls are waterproof and they will stay there for a while. Right here I have Naruto's item set, which is probably one of the best in the game, since you have a bomb ball, defense down tag, and also an attack up pill. So all these combined are massive damage, and the main thing in a fighting game is damage. So in my opinion, or statistically, this is one of the best item sets in the game. Now I'll show you how much more damage you can do with these items. Here's a note without the items. So as you can see, up to the mark on the chakra bar. Now let's use these items. Okay, look at the damage. Instantly a whole bar is gone by using the defense down tag and the attack up pill. So this is the type of difference it will make in your neutral game, and there are ways to equip these in the middle of a combo, which I'll show you later. So next we have kunai bags. So there are two versions. One is in the air, the other is in the ground, which I just showed you. These kunai bags explode on contact, and after a few seconds, if you don't touch them, they will also explode automatically. And then the kunai under the bags will go flying towards the enemy. So they are the same properties with the air kunai bags, just in the air. You also have a speed up pill. This just makes you run around faster. So we also have poison tags. These will do continuous damage. We have defense up pill, gives you more defense. And then lastly, we have this armor with shuriken. This basically makes you immune to shurikens. I'm not sure what it's called, but it just makes you immune to shurikens. There's one more, which is the attack down tag. That just makes the enemy deal less damage. I'm not sure of this anymore, but I think I've covered most of them. Now, the way you can use these items is pretty simple. To use tags, you just have to make sure the enemy is stunned for at least a little bit. Just like that. And then you can carry on doing your combo. It's slightly different for everyone. Make sure you're not hitting the enemy too far when you throw the tag, or else you won't be able to continue your combo. Next, we have equipping a pill. So the way I did that is the same way you can do a UJ cancel. So you have to ninja move, and then when you ninja move, if you pill, it will stop it, like that. So you just have to take a UJ combo from any character, and then instead of doing the UJ, you do the pill. For example, Road to Boruto Sasuke. This is the UJ cancel. Just like that, but then instead of doing the UJ, you use a pill, like this. For Sasuke, the timing is not too strict, so you have quite a bit of time. So as you saw, I had a lot of time until I pilled. Sometimes if you mess up with Sasuke, it's not the end of the world. Let me just show you with some other characters, for example Itachi. Just like that. Basically just find the UJ cancel combo of any character, and then instead of doing the UJ, do a pill. Those are the main ways of doing a tag or a pill. So yeah, that is it for defense and item sets. So that's quite an information packed video. Make sure you go and practice and absorb everything. And if you haven't seen the last few episodes of the guide series, make sure you go back and watch them because they have some important information as well. Thank you for watching.